Namco Bandai. Where's Soul Calibur 6? Come on, where's Soul Calibur 6? Everybody wants Soul Calibur 6. It's not out. Where's that? Where where's Soul Calibur 6? Man, come on. Tell me where. Like, hey guys, it's me, Nicholas Murray. I haven't been on YouTube and or I haven't messed with the channel in a while. I've just kind of been sitting around trying to think of ideas to go on with for the channel. But hey, what's up? Yeah, I've just been really just trying to come up with some ideas for the channel, and it's just been really hectic while trying not to spoil too much for anybody. So I'm just kind of like going back to drawing board and try to come up with some ideas right now. So I'm sorry for like the videos and not being around. I've just been trying to figure out what the hell I've been trying to do for the minute. So yeah. But that's not why I'm here right now. We'll figure that out then. Today, I figured I was gonna talk about this another time. I figured I'd talk about a little type of novels. Now, it's related to light novels in a sense, but it's not so much light novels in general as it is the kind of the whole culture of how something over there, over here can be something different. Now, like I said before, light novels are steadily getting better as our sales are getting a lot better in the U.S. Suppose like in Japan it's already high, but here in America it's getting there now. It's getting there. But when it comes down to like the things that are created inside them of the Americas, as some people might say, um, there are people that are inspired by obviously the people in Japan that certain people in Japan that make manga and anime and other light novels and such things like Sword Art, I don't know, Exodus, Spice and Wolf, a couple of different things basically, and basically people started to come up with their own ideas, is basically come up with their own manga, quote unquote, and come up with their own light novels, which isn't terrible. But here's the problem. When that happens, their stuff is labeled as OEL. In case some of you guys don't know, OEL is short for original, not original, original English language manga. That's what OE stands for, original English language manga, or light novels. But OEL just, you know what I'm saying. OEL just that. And a lot of people bash the whole idea behind it. And I just kind of wanted to put my thoughts in it. I want to almost kind of call it a rant in a sense, but I don't know if I really want to call this a rant. But I just thought I should kind of give my opinions about the whole thing entirely, at least my opinion. So it might come out to be a rant, but I just kind of figured I need to get it off my chest now since there's nothing else going on. I figured I wanted to get it off my chest prior, but it's no point. I mean, I might as well get it off my chest now. So here goes. The people that make OEL manga and light novel are simply trying to just do follow their dreams and be like the people that they've read. They're trying to not reach the same status, but trying to do something very similar because they were inspired. And I almost kind of hate the fact that when they want to go ahead and put their own little light novels out, when they want to put their mangas out and things like that, they can't do it because people will automatically trash it and basically sit there and say, well, it's not manga. It's not light novel. True, true enough. But I feel like anybody has a right to label whatever they want to be labeled. And it's kind of ugly that way. People label things, the companies label things, which is understandable because you're trying to get mass market appeal and trying to appeal to a certain audience. It makes sense. That's the general idea. But when it comes to people who put their hard work and soul into something, and if they want to call their stuff a light novel, if they want to call their stuff a manga, if they want to call their stuff an anime and a book, they should have the right, and people should respect it. But that doesn't, but true, and it doesn't mean that I have to look at you read your stuff. True enough. But it doesn't mean I gotta crap on all of it though. Example: OEL is a term that most anime and manga fans generally detest. They look at that as a simple fact of either being a weeaboo in a way, you either you're not mocking, but you're trying to take credit for something because it's not Japanese, it's American because an American person made it. You're trying to copy the Japanese people by trying to copy their style and try to make it as your own. You're not right. You should make it. That's what their mentality is, and that's not that. And that's not the truth. That's really not. It's like I said, they're inspired. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, if they want to call their stuff a light novel, let them call their stuff a light novel. If they want to call their stuff an anime in a book, they can. If they want to call it a manga, they can. But legitimately, there are anime fans and manga fans who will legitimately look at OEL as probably the most worst, embarrassing thing sometimes there is. All because it's the OEL. Because it's not Japanese. And then when you think about that, it starts the whole anime debate over again of what can be defined as anime. It comes down to that. It almost comes back down to that argument of what makes anime. Like, would you consider something like Avatar anime? And if you ask me, no, it doesn't to that point. But if you sit there and went, but unlike Legend of Korra, which I think I know, it might have been Avatar too. I'm not entirely sure, but I watched Legend of Korra and I knew Legend of Korra. Korra after a while had gotten help from a studio back in a studio. I forget in Korea. I think Studio Mirror. I think it was Korea. I could be wrong, but I know their name was Studio Mirror, and they were an animation company out somewhere. So they outsourced their stuff. I would almost want to consider Korra anime, but it's not. Korra is very close. Avatar is very close, but it's not anime. Although when I hear Studio Mirror, not that I really know them, but it's hard to really say. Um, or when somebody says like Ruby, no, Ruby's definitely not anime. I can say that Ruby is not anime. It's very similar. It takes cues. It does things like anime, but it's not anime. It's inspired, but it's not anime. Although when I really do think about it, Ruby reminds me of like a TV drama slash anime, like a cartoon type situation, which I guess you could kind of call it that. But getting back to the point, people treat OEO stuff like trash. I've seen people profit. I've seen people do some really amazing things with it. I think there's one manga named Sacred. Think about this one woman. I can't think of her name right now, but she's reaping the benefits of all that stuff she did, and she worked hard for it and whatever. And that's great. She worked for it and she whatever, and she's getting there. She's at cons and conventions, advertising, promoting her book and stuff, and it's great. That's great. But then it comes down to the thing of others where it's like I can't label my book as an OEL while getting hassled by the community by basically telling me it's not OEL. It's not any type of OEL. Your thing's not a light novel, it's a novel. Your thing's not a manga, it's a comic. Provided when you really put this in perspective, I can understand the technical thing because okay, a light novel over here, it's just basically a novel. It's true. But and a manga over here is basically nothing. But a comic means you go back translating the manga, it's just comic. But the thing about it is, you don't find your core fans when you do that. You don't find core fans. You want to market your book towards a certain group of people, and you can't market your book to a certain group of people because you can't use those words OEL or light novel or manga to define your work. Just because you are from another country and not from Japan and you can't make it. That's crap. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. And that's it. Like when I made Element Point, the very first volume of Element Point, part two coming soon, or volume two coming soon rather. But when I was making Element Point, I decided to call it a light novel because I figured it would drive people closer to the book, and bring anime fans and people who think. I know it would be a hard sell. I definitely knew it would be a hard sell. But at the time, I figured, oh, it'll attract anime, manga, even light novel fans to it. Heck, maybe it'll even bring a couple people who just normally read books. That's what I figured. And lo and behold, my book came out in September of 2015. It is now July of 2016, and I've only sold about 4 or 5 copies. To be truthful, I've only sold 4 or 5 copies. That's all I sold. It's unfortunate at the time. And I honestly can't say whether or not that was me or my bad promotion. I can't honestly say was it because the things that the way like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I labeled it wrong. I don't know. But I realized this whole time thing that they look at that you trying to become being a light novelist is hopeless in this day and age. They say it's such a hopeless thing to do, and it's like it kind of bothers me. It's like if they want to label their stuff that they can, there's nothing stopping them. The people the people just don't like care. It takes a toll on me sometimes because it's just simple fact of just because it didn't come from Japan doesn't always make it so seem. Just take it at what you will. It may not be exactly what it wants to be, but if that person intends it to be that, then let it be there. That's the thing about OEL. If I call my work, which in a way I would deem it as an OEL light novel, even though I barely have any illustrations to put in the book, then it would whatever. Then it's whatever. Then that's how I wanted to market it. Seriously. If I wanted to market Element Phone, this book, which I kind of did, market as the first American light novel, which I did. Only out of spite because I knew people that were anime fans, light novel fans, manga fans would like a book like this. But that seemed to not be the case according to sales, whether or not that was poor marketing on my half or something else. But OEL is something that should also be looked at too. Why not? People get inspired by it. I've seen a large group of people who made OELs and it's amazing. I'm so serious. I've seen tons of people make it. It's just crazy. Like I found this one magazine called Sparkler. They're an online magazine. People sit there and submit things. It's more or less a magazine for girls and stuff for the LGBT groups of people, which I have no problem whatsoever. I'm just looking at it like, wow, these are people that actually put out light novels and write what they want, have illustrators from Deviant Art helping them in doing that. It's crazy. It's really it's really crazy. It's just really crazy. It's really fucking crazy. But and it's just appreciative that people have done that. It really is. I never thought. I'm always on Twitter looking for American light novelists or people who had ambitions or have already done it. I've already met some online, and it's just amazing to sit there and see there are people that are following their dreams and doing what they want to do. Seriously, some of those people that are from there have actually worked in the manga industry in a sense. Like I think I knew some people that worked. I think for that website for the magazine, I think it was a couple of people that worked in like Viz and some other places. I can't remember, but they had experience. They were there. They know how to get things done. So that's amazing. So shout out to Sparkler. I think that's the name, Sparkler. Shout out to them and all the people that are contributing to that. You guys do amazing work. I'm serious. You do amazing work. I haven't seen anybody put out light novels and have a whole magazine. I was looking for something like that back then, and I couldn't find it. But you guys are it to a point. You guys are it. Like I said, so OEL mine and OEL light novels. I don't really like the things they get and all the bad rep they get. They're just like any other thing. They're just novels. They're basically comics. But the reason they do that for most cases is to get market appeal so we can get the right type of readers to more or less get your book. Not saying that you wouldn't want anybody not to read your book. You want everybody to read your book in some way, but you target certain audiences, the people that like anime and manga and light novels and things like that. They're going to draw to this book a little bit more. They're going to draw to it because of what you wrote and what you've drawn. That's what I'm saying. Not because of what, not because of what I labeled it. Labeling just helps denote what type of book it is and who would be interested in reading the book. That's the whole point of it. That's how I look at it. I look at it as a label that denotes the group or audience that needs to come get it, that wants to buy, who wants to, are interested in seeing what the work is like. The people that get crap on it and talk crap about it, it's just it's just mass market appeal. It's just market appeal, guys. It really is. It's just market appeal. People are just trying to get their books sold. They're trying to figure out a way to sell them. They wanted to market their stuff as a light novel out of pure fact that they tried to follow the silence of that, and they need a certain type of people that buy that book. That's the whole thing. Not to sit there and say that anybody else couldn't buy their book, but you try to go for a certain type of audience with whatever type of book you make. That's the whole point. That's my kind of my whole rant on OEL, OEL in general. I don't really have much else to really say about it. Yeah, that's about it. So, like I said, it's Nicholas Murray. I'm back to some of these videos. I'm definitely gonna try a little harder with some ideas for more videos. Comment, like, subscribe, share this video if you kind of agree with me. Also, like if you I've already said like God, like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this video around, talk to it, maybe start some content, put something in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.